New Investigator Travel Awards.
Hello, everybody. Can anybody hear me?
Speak up.
Okay. Actually, I'm not going to announce the winners of the Young Investigator Travel Awards. I'm going to ask three people to come up in whose honor or whose organizations we would like to honor by allowing them to actually make the presentations. I've been taking care of your patients since 1974, and I have a really burning desire to be able to retire someday. So I need you all to get the research done and improve the treatments so I can go do something else. And there are three organizations that devote themselves to helping your patients, both locally and here in the United States and around the world. And it is to those organizations that I'd like to dedicate the awards that we've sponsored and ask their leaders to make the presentations. So Linda and Mary and Lori, can I get you guys to come up here? One, two. The first award, and the value of the awards is a function of how far people had to travel, not any reflection on the merits of the quality of the work that they have done to win these awards. Not that there's anything wrong with the work that came out of Australia at this conference, but first I'd like to ask Linda Reinstein, the Executive Director, I guess, of the Asbestos Disease Awareness Organization here in the United States, to present the first travel award.
Thank you, Steve, for giving the Asbestos Disease Awareness Organization an opportunity to recognize a young investigator with this award. There are many people around the world watching you tonight, and actually for the last couple of days. You are recognized as the leaders. You represent hope. And we are all waiting breathlessly to have Steve retire, but really to find a cure. And as a mesothelioma widow, I can't thank you all personally enough. So on behalf of Steve Kazan's firm, I'd like to invite young Yi Chen from Australia to come up and accept the Young Investigator Travel Award. You are one of the best and the brightest, and on behalf of everyone here, thank you for doing the work.
The next Australian Travel Award, I'd like to ask Mary Herstock to come up. The new Executive Director and Chairperson of the Mesothelioma Applied Research Foundation in Washington.
Can't hear you, Steve.
I've never had anybody tell me that before. I guess this thing is on. Marf does some very good work, and you've had a chance, I think, to visit with her and her team here, just as you have with Linda. They're at adjacent tables in the exhibition hall. Mary, would you make the next presentation?
Thank you very much, Steve. So Sally Mae Lansley from Australia would like to award you with the Young Investigators Award. I hope you don't mind taking it from the wife of a South African. I know there's a little competition there. But anyway, you know, in a disease like mesothelioma, where, you know, we know that there are going to be so many cases coming in the next upcoming years, it's wonderful to be able to award somebody who's young, who's studying the disease, and who's going to be taking it on to the next generation. So I thank you for the work on behalf of all of our patients, and I wish you so much luck in your career. And thank you for coming to the meeting.
Now, the final 3 awards are for sums that are significantly less than it took to get these people from Australia to get here. And they are being presented in honor of the International Ban Asbestos Secretariat. It is purely a coincidence that the chairman, president, and pretty much the entire staff of that organization is Lori Kazan-Allen. If you guys are really clever, you might recognize some similarity of the names. It took the Russian asbestos industry some months of investigation, years to figure out that Lori is my sister, but nonetheless, she deserves it. I told the U.S. Senate once that fighting asbestos is the family business, and I defer to her on all matters international. So, Lori, would you please come up and present the next 3 awards?
As Stephen said, the Russians don't seem to like the Kazans very much, and that really doesn't surprise us since our grandparents ran away from them many, many years ago. And I think probably you all might know why that was. Something about our ethnic background they didn't like too much. But when I was in Korea in 2008, I was exposed by the Russians. And the reason they exposed me was because they had discovered that Stephen Kazan was my brother. And obviously that made me very corrupt, and so they felt I was someone who needed to be exposed in the full glare of public humiliation. Well, I'm very proud of my brother, and I'm very proud of the work that his firm does. And that's why I use the name Kazan, because I think it stands for something. So, thank you, Stephen. And the next 3 awards will be presented. The first one is to Karen Schlett from Austria. Karen, are you here? Thank you for your work. And we hope you will be part of this great community in years to come. It's great to see so many young people taking on this task. The next award will go to someone from the US, Kane Newick. Are you here? You might have heard a better offer.
Say it louder.
Kane Newick? Kane Newick?
From Burlington? Yes.
Poster P509.
Here she is.
Oh, really? Was they want a picture? Thank you. And the last award is going to someone from Canada, Mikun Wu. And the work there is on anti-cheaper activities.
And I guess that concludes all of this. Thank you very much. We would be delighted to continue sponsoring these awards. I've already committed that I'll do it in South Africa, and if you keep inviting me back, we'll keep doing it forever, or until, well, whenever. And before I turn the podium back over, could I ask that the winners kind of come over here so we can get one big group picture? That would be all right? Yep.
You're quite beautiful. You should be in the center here. I'll hide behind your dog. Okay. Mary.